Today we are going to take a closer look at how to read a story. But before we begin, what kind of story do you think How to Read a Story is? Well, it is a nonfiction story, and it's a type of nonfiction story that is called procedural text. Procedural texts tell readers how to do or make something. When you read How to Read a Story, notice directions for readers to follow, main topic and details, steps that show order, and ways visuals and words help readers understand the text. Now, if you have your My Book 2, you need to get it out and you need to turn to page 129. Let's reread page 129 to 133. You will also need to pause the video and get a pen or pencil to help you with taking notes in our text. So go ahead and do that. Now let's take a look at 129 to 133. Step 1, find a story. A good one. It can have princesses and castles, if you like that sort of thing, or witches and trolls, as long as they're not too scary. Step 2, find a reading buddy. A good one. A buddy can be older or younger, or a person your age, or maybe not a person at all. Make sure your reading buddy is nice and snuggly, and make sure you both like the book. If you don't agree, go back to step 1. Sometimes it takes a few tries to find just the right book. Step 3, find a cozy reading spot. Outside is fun, but not if it's very cold. Unless you have thick woolen blankets and hats and scarves and cups of steaming hot cocoa. And not if it's very hot, unless you have trees to shade you from the sun, a hammock to catch cool breezes, and tall glasses of icy lemonade. Inside is good. Couches are cozy. So are chairs big enough for 2. Just be careful not to get stuck. Now, let's go back to page 129 and take a closer look at our text organization. Now, what we need to do is circle the step number and heading under each step. So find your step number and circle it. And then we need to look at the heading. Find a story and circle it. Now let's go to the next step. Step 2, and circle it. Find the heading and circle it. Now let's go to step 3. Circle it. Find the heading and circle it. Now, what do you notice about how the book is organized? So think about what we just circled in the heading. What do you notice about how the book is organized? Well, each part is a step. And the steps are in chronological order. And a heading describes what is happening in each step. So it's telling us in order from 1, 2, and 3 what is happening, and the heading tells us what the step is. So how does the organization help you understand why the author wrote the book? Well, it helps me understand that the author wrote the book to explain how to read a story. Each step gives information about what to do. Now let's go ahead and turn to the next page. We are turning to page 136. Let's take a closer look at page 136, and we are going to reread 136 to 139. Step 6. When the characters talk, whatever is being said, say it in a voice to match who's talking. I will save the kingdom. I am the most powerful in all the land. I'm hungry for lunch. Soon the castle will be mine. Beep. Step 7. No matter what you read, hold the book so your buddy can see the pictures. Buddies get impatient when they can't see well. Step 8. If there are words you don't know, try sounding them out or looking at the pictures to see what makes sense. They were afraid the dragon would burn down the castle. If you need a break, you can pause for a minute and talk to your reading buddy to predict what might happen next. Will the castle catch on fire? Will the princess tame the dragon? Will the robot marry the princess? Will the horse make friends with the dragon? Will the dragon eat them all for lunch? Now let's go back to page 136. Why do you think the author does not give a heading under each numbered step? So if you notice here that there is no heading. There was at the beginning, but now for step 6, 7, 8, there is no heading. Why do you think that is? Well, maybe the information in these steps all fit under what you do after you open the book, which is the heading for step 5. So maybe the heading for step 5 is the same for 6, 7, and 8. So what is the connection between the pictures here and the pictures on the pages 134 and 135? So how are the pictures connected to the pictures on 134 and 135? Well, most of the illustrations give information about what is happening in the story the boy is reading on page 135, so before 136. On page 135, the illustration shows the boy and his reading buddy. So how do the illustrations give information about how to read a story? Well, they give examples from a story that help you understand what good readers do. So now, use this video to help you answer the questions below.